Okay, so I've kind of practiced this game a little bit. Not sure how this is gonna go. This is just a test. This is more of a let's see if I can get through the whole game without making too many horrible mistakes. Some of these levels I'm just awful at. Although, casually, this game is a lot easier than the first one. As a speedrun, I would say it's probably a lot more difficult.
Yummy.
Because some of the levels are just really long. I mean, this game, the levels themselves are a lot longer than they are in the first one. I want to say they're probably about the same amount of levels as the first game had. But it takes quite a bit longer. The record for this game is almost an hour longer. The record is about 2 hours, 50 minutes, I think. So, we'll see how I do, given that. One thing I do like about this game is it has a lot more music than the first one. Granted, most of the time when I play this, I have my volume so low that I can't even hear it when I'm speedrunning it anyway. Wow, I'm not doing well. Man.
Yummy.
Bronze. Also, some of these levels, I think I might have said this, when I kind of tried to do a Let's Play of the first game, but I think I remember saying that the game is a lot more lenient with is a lot more lenient with the time, but it's not. The difference is that the game doesn't count down from a given amount of time, instead it counts up. But some of the levels are still extremely difficult to do well on. But they're a little more fair difficult. Like, it's not just, oh man, the RNG was just shit. It's more like there's more skill involved with getting really quick times on these levels, which I do like a little bit better, because then when you get good at the game, you can at least expect maybe to be more consistently good at it, but I like the music. Like I said, I like the music in this game better because it has all the music tracks from the first game, but it has a bunch of new ones as well. But there's one music track in particular that only plays in the first world and the last world, and it's like it's really cool, but let's just eat some hot plates and stuff. Feels like, though, that this game's controls the controls aren't as tight as they are for the first game. I'm gonna check the sensitivity really quick. I if I turn them up? Okay, that's better. I think. We'll see. Oh, you can't select the next level with... Oh. Okay, well that was bad. Dinosaur Land. One thing I actually thought they would do when I saw that they had like updated graphics for the first game, I thought they were just gonna take a bunch of the assets from this game and reuse them, but they actually did not do that. I'm pretty sure the only reused assets are for the gray goo. Otherwise, I think everything was just recreated. So the gimmick of this game is that you eat a time machine. And doing that, for some reason the time machine still functions after you eat it, and it takes you throughout time, and you go and fuck with the timelines and stuff. And you go through history, sort of. I will say though, the levels themselves, I don't like them as much in this game as the first one, but I don't think that's really anything wrong design-wise with the game. I think it's just my preference. Because the game still manages to be very stylized and interesting. Yeah.
Yummy.
Oh, I can't eat those guys yet. Now I can. Here we go. There we go. Ah. Though these levels are a bit harder to memorize than the first game because they are longer. But, well, maybe they're not. I don't know. I haven't played this one as much recently. Because I do remember for a while, because up until recently, I had never actually owned the first one. I just had a free trial of it back probably around when it first came out. So, up until recently, I didn't own the full version. But I did have I did have this game, the full version. And so I played that a lot when I had it. Oh, cool, my mouse is doing that thing again. Don't know what that was all about. Man, I remember though when I used to play this game, I used to actually use the mouse. And just thinking about that, man. I mean, it's not like the mouse controls are bad because they made them bad, it's just, it's not really a very good method of control for a game like this. Because you have to drag the mouse a lot. You have to keep resetting the mouse's position because after a while, you'll start slowing down and then stop if you just hold the mouse off to one side. So you keep having to drag it around and it's just annoying. Using the keyboard isn't too bad, but I mean, you only get 8 directions and you don't have the option for analog control, which I don't use a ton. Most of the time I'm basically moving around at full speed in this game, but there are times where it is almost necessary to have analog control. It sucks though, the mouse has very accurate control. It's just moving across a level is just awful. Trod on. I do find it interesting that they actually just use straight up. Well, I'm pretty sure a lot of these dinosaurs don't have colloquial names like T-Rex or anything, because I'm sure a lot of these dinosaurs are not well known, like the Bambaraptor or something like that. But I do find it interesting that you get to see the names of specific types of dinosaurs, like these are actual types of dinosaurs. It's cool. Or at least as far as I know they are. Could have been worse. Oh, what am I doing? I know this is this level where you do this. What am I doing? Okay, well hopefully I didn't screw that up too badly. Oh, I have mentioned this a bunch of times when playing the first game, but one thing that they actually added to this game that made it a million times better is the zoom out thing. Like, you know, so if they want you to start off really small and then get to eat really huge things within the same level, instead of just starting the screen off at one size, and then you'll start off as like a little speck, and then you'll move around at like the speed of light, and it's super hard to control. The screen actually adjusts itself to fit the size that you are. You saw it at the beginning of this level, and I think it grows again, or it zooms out again. Yeah, it does that, and it makes it so that, like, the city levels in the first game are awful because you'll start off, like, eating people, but the screen is scaled to show entire fucking buildings and shit. So, and your speed is the same no matter what size you are in that game. So when you're really small and you're trying to eat really small targets, you're moving around extremely quickly and it just makes it hard, no matter how much you play it. But this game, it's a lot better in that regard. Dinosaur. There. What the hell? No. I really hate how Windows is like, hey, you're playing a game? Why don't you use the built-in screen capture and microphone thing that you don't want to use? Because we're Windows, and even though there's a fucking hotkey to open me, I'm still gonna advertise myself in your face every time you even think about playing a video game. It's like, just fuck off. I've already got my own software, I've had my own software, and I know how to use it, and it's probably better. At least I'll be able to use it better because I do know how to use it already. It's like, just stop. If I want to use your screen capture thing, then I'll do it, but after like the first time of advertising to me, that's enough. I don't need it. And I've actually used it just to see how well it actually captures, and it captured in black and white, and I didn't tell it to do that. Though that wasn't on this laptop, maybe my other one, it was like, oh, your other laptop, oh yeah, it's shit, so we'll adjust how well it actually records accordingly. But I don't know. I mean, I have Bandicam for screen capture, and I have OBS for streaming. I mean, good enough. Whatever. I mean, those two things do everything I need. And, yeah. So, we're good. Okay, I can't eat that guy yet. Yeah, I hope I didn't screw up by waiting around too much. Now, one thing that you cannot do in this game that you actually were able to do in the first game that does make speedrunning this a little more difficult at times is, in the first game you could actually kind of push yourself off screen. But in this game they don't let you do that at all. I mean, you weren't exactly supposed to do that in the first game, but because they put like a kill plane if you got far enough outside the screen, but you can't do it at all in this game, and sometimes I don't know if it's really an issue when speedrunning the game or if it's just a force of habit from speedrunning the first one, but you can't go off screen at all in this one. Which, I'm assuming they probably did that for maze levels. Granted, the maze levels in the first game, as far as I've been able to figure out, you can't really cheat them. Because to get to other parts of the maze, you have to be a particular size, and they planned it out so that you basically have to eat things in a particular order to actually progress. But I mean, maybe... Okay, well that was a bad... Bigger than dinos. Ah, shoot. So now we finally have T-Rexes. Oh, no. Say I should be able to eat these guys now. Have I even eaten a single T-Rex? I wasn't paying attention. I don't think there are a ton of mazes in this game, though. I think this may be the only strictly maze level. Ah, I'm forgetting where I actually need to go. Oh, fuck. I'm forgetting what order I'm allowed to eat things in. So I think completing this level within 3 minutes is a good time. I don't exactly remember. I just know that as soon as you're able to eat that skull, then it'll zoom out. Yeah, so I was inside of a giant dinosaur that ate a bunch of other dinosaurs, and for some reason that just always disturbed me. Not that dinosaurs ate other dinosaurs, just the fact that it's like, it's dead, but its stomach is still full of... Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. So we're gonna save the dinosaurs now by killing them, but not all of them. Just a lot of them. So, one thing that this game does, and I actually do like this, is the last level of every world kind of starts you at the smallest point that you started in the world, and then has you grow bigger than the largest you've gotten in the world, which is really cool, and I like that. Especially because the last level is casually nearly a half an hour long, and it's about 20 minutes is like the fastest time I've gotten. It was like low 20s, if I remember correctly. And it's really cool because it doesn't feel like it's being stretched out because of you literally the last level of the game you go from being microscopic to eating the entire universe, and it's really cool. Kind of reminds me of that Powers of 10 video that was made in like 77 or something.
Yummy.
Okay, I can eat these larvae. Why do insect larvae have to look so disgusting? Then again, I guess I could say the same thing about babies. What? Oh, okay. I thought... I actually lost connection watching my own stream, and I thought it was saying that... I thought it was like the stream got somehow... like, I got disconnected. And I was like, oh no. But no, it was just, yeah. Ow. Oh, so yeah, there aren't any regular levels in this game that you can die on instantly. You can fail levels in the regular game by running out of things that you're actually big enough to eat if you are on a level that has a limited number of a certain sized object. You'll see levels like that later. We haven't actually done any of those yet. Well, okay, I guess technically we have, but they're in the lab, but they're not easy to fail. I don't think I've ever failed a level in the lab. I mean, you'd really have to try, because you'd have to eat, like, every single piece of candy, and then make sure you just keep getting hit to where you run out of candy, but you can't eat anything bigger than that. But that's the only way you can actually fail levels in the regular game. Unlike the first one, nothing actually kills you from touching it, which in a way is nice. It takes out some of the potential challenge for some levels, but in other levels it makes them not unneededly difficult, which I like. There's nothing wrong with a game being difficult, but if it's just difficult for something stupid like getting hit once and dying, and then having to start the whole level over again, that's kind of stupid. Oh, get out of the way, Ankylosaurus. Man, I'm doing just abysmally awful. stupid red knockoff T-Rex. I don't really know what they're called because I forget. There we go, eating some Triceratops. Okay, well. Yeah, I don't have these levels memorized as well as I do the first game. It's funny, so this is obviously lava flowing, but for some reason, when my cousin and I actually played this game a long time ago, because there was a level earlier in this world where that was, you could see it, but you didn't get big enough to eat it. And we're like, oh man, that's a big fucking dinosaur. I wonder what that dinosaur looks like if you get big enough to see all of it. But it's just lava. But we thought it was just this really long dinosaur walking. And then when we realized it was lava, at least I felt really stupid. So this is the only part in the game where that I can recall off the top of my head where you start off a little too small, or you go a little too small. It's like here when it zooms out, it kind of starts you off a little small, and it's kind of hard to follow the path of lava. But it's not a huge deal if you miss some of it because there's continuously flowing lava around.
Yummy.
And now we're eating entire mountains. Okay, how did I do? And I absorbed the meteor, and now dinosaurs exist. The comics are actually kind of funny. They're funnier in this game because there are more of them, I think, if I recall. I'm not sure. Even if there aren't more of them, they are still funnier than they are in the first one. I mean, I guess they're not exactly supposed to be as humorous in the first one. They're more probably just supposed to be explaining what's going on, but whatever.
Yummy.
Oh god, it's already almost 7 p.m. Summer's almost over, and then I have to go back to school. And then I have to go back to working in the dining halls, which weren't that bad, it's just... I just can't really work exactly when I'd prefer to. This isn't the fault of the dining hall, it's more that
Yummy.
I would prefer not to be working too late. But, you know, when you have class in the first half of the day, you can't really choose to not work later in the day. Okay, so now we're in ancient Egypt, as you can see. Man, the second world is really long, or should I say the first world is really short compared to how long the worlds in this game are. So the AI on the humans is a lot less infuriating than in the first game. They're a lot easier to eat. I hate snakes. Now, for the most part, in this game, the graphics are really nice, very stylized, and very pleasant to look at, but these snakes, like, look at them. Like, most things in this game that move are symmetrical enough from a top-down view that you can rotate them around a pivot, and it looks okay, but with these snakes, it looks awful. The pivot is in the middle of the snake's body, and it just doesn't look right. The snake should not be rotating around like that. They should be, you know, their body should be kind of twisting around as they move. Okay, but I can eat them now. I'm wanting to speedrun some other games, or at least find some games that I'd like to try to speedrun, but I'm not really sure as to which games to look at. Because, like, Wonderland, it's gonna be a very long time before I get to where I'm actually speedrunning the game. Especially because just practicing some of the worlds in that game, they're just so long. At least Wonderland Secret Worlds, which is the one I want to practice because it's my favorite one. And also, I mean, I'd kind of like to speedrun Wonderland Adventures because other people have actually done runs of that game, and there are runs on YouTube, but the problem is like, I like Wonderland Adventures, but I cannot get past the control scheme of the game. I hate using the mouse. I really do not like it. Like, you can use the keyboard, but the problem is there are certain things that require the use of the mouse that when you have to do those things, it then makes it very hard to use the keyboard. Oh my god. Get in there. Okay, this is gonna be a bad mummy level. Not doing a great job.
Yummy.
Okay. Oh yeah, that was awful. I've got to say, any level that has hippos in this game, the hippos make the most disgusting noise. They literally make this gross snorting sound, and I hate listening to it. Luckily, there aren't too many levels with hippos in them. Also, hippos are just disgusting anyway. Like, fucking hell. It's like you have, you know, cute little kitties, but on the same planet you have these disgusting ass hippos. I do like that the game doesn't just call them cows, like it calls them by like their actual name. And like the cats in Egypt, it calls them Egyptian mouths because that's the breed of cat that they are. And like I had said when speedrunning the first game, this game gives cats actual, like, names. We saw that in the first world, actually, and I forgot to point it out. Yeah, the cats actually have names.
Yummy.
Okay, I don't think I'm gonna do well.
Yummy.
I think I fucked around a bit too much at the beginning of the level. Oh. I find it hilarious, though, that, like, the word for cat in a bunch of different parts of the world is just, like, Mao or Meow or something. I just find that funny that it's like, the cat makes that noise, so that's what they're called. And it's funny because dogs aren't like that, as far as I can tell. I haven't encountered any language where the word for dog is the same as the, like, onomatopoeia for their sound. I don't know, maybe Savaka is some weird onomatopoeia, because that's dog in Russian, and it kind of has bark in there. I guess. I don't know, I'm thinking about it too much. I will say one thing about this game is I feel like the worlds are just too long. Like, there are only 5 worlds, and especially ancient Egypt and ancient Rome both go on for way too many levels. And then you have ancient Japan, which out of nowhere becomes way shorter. Not entirely sure why it's so much shorter than the worlds before and after it, but
Yummy.
am I big enough to eat the big one yet? No. I should be now, yeah, that's what I thought. Oh my god, this level can be really annoying. So, the gimmick of this level is you have a limited number of objects that you can eat. So, you have to eat these until you're big enough to eat the cows, but you kind of have to play Frogger. And this is really the only level that I can recall the controls becoming an issue, because if you notice, any little tap of the stick, I actually slide for a little bit, which is something you kind of did in the first game, but it was not like it is in this game. And doing that makes it very difficult not to hit the cows. So if you get hit, you might as well damage boost through some cows. Because you can actually damage boost in this game. I don't think you can really do that in the first one. The game doesn't present very many opportunities if you can, anyway. But yeah, you basically have to just go around and I am doing poorly because I'm already running out of shit to eat, I think. Okay, here we go. But yeah, you can run out of stuff to eat somewhat easily on this level. At least casually. Yeah, it's hard to do well on that level for some reason. You know, I'm kind of curious. I wonder what happened to ancient Egyptian, because I think they speak Arabic in Egypt now. Wonder what happened. Maybe I'm just stupid and I'm wrong. I mean, that's equally likely. I do like, though, that this game's levels actually have names. Like, this one is called Horsies. And some of them have puns that I find quite enjoyable. Oh, hey, that wasn't a bad Horsies. Hippo Island. Oh yeah, I forgot, you can't eat the hippos at first. You have to... I think this is the second to last level that has hippos in it. Thankfully, because I'm getting so tired of hearing this disgusting noise they make. I know me complaining about it is probably more annoying than the actual sound itself, but... at least I can control complaining about it. If I want to get through this game, I have to listen to this disgusting noise for a while. gonna say, where are the rats? Ah. Okay, so, finally on the last level of the world. How am I doing on time? Ooh. Oh wait, no, I've still got like 2 hours left before I have to... almost 2 hours left before I have to worry that I'm taking too long. I think this is the last level with hippos in the whole game, so... good.
Yummy.
Oh man, I'm gonna... get a horrible time on this one. Okay. Well, maybe not. If I haul ass for the rest of the level. Oh shit. Too big. Oh yeah, and you can kind of try to squeeze through places that are a little bit too small for you to go through in the first one. You can't do that. Hitboxes in this game are much more strict. You can't, like... you can't try to manipulate them. Because, like, when going off screen in the first game, you don't just kind of go off screen, like, there's a barrier, but if you just kind of keep running into it, you'll kind of squeeze through. Same thing with, like, areas that you're too small to go into. But in this game, you can't do that. You can't push past barriers in this game. can't eat those.
Yummy.
I like how the tables and shit just kind of disappear when I got bigger. I think that was a good time. It wasn't awful. Now we're in ancient Rome, probably my least favorite world in the game. That wasn't great. Okay, this is a level where things can get very irritating. So these rats just kind of come and they eat all the olives and the grapes. And if you don't know that they start off on the left side of the stage, then you're basically going to lose. Because if you don't know that, and you don't go straight for the left side of the level, oh no, I think I lost. I haven't lost this level in a long time. Though I got hit by the rats quite a bit, so that was probably a big reason as to why I lost.
Yummy.
Okay, this is a horrible time. Where are the rats? Okay, that wasn't awful. So for some reason, there are just ballistas shooting arrows across the town. I don't understand that. There's actually one level in this game that made me almost not speedrun this game. And it's in this world. I'll mention it when we get there. For some reason, I had a really hard time getting good at it, even though it's not that hard.
Yummy.
So, making a reference to the movie 300, I think, is what that quote is from. So there are just Roman soldiers kind of just walking around, and there are lions just kind of walking around, just meandering. Damn it. Okay. I didn't think there'd be this many soldiers in a stadium at once, but okay. Okay, now I can eat the lievs. Lievi. I'm assuming that's the plural of liev. Give, which is lion. In Russian. Liev. The word dinosaur in Russian is really hard to say because it has this random V before the end of the word. Or it's not random, but it just... Dinosaur. It's like, why? Big kitties. Those are some kiggle bitties. So eventually I'll be able to eat these lions. Man, I think this is taking me a bit longer than it should be. There's some of these levels that for some reason, like, I'll just take forever on them and I don't know why. Okay, maybe I didn't. Ballista protection. This fucking level made me almost not speedrun this game. Because there are ballistas, whatever, at the bottom of the screen that you can't see because they're off screen. These Roman soldiers are marching towards them, and when they get to them, will destroy them. And if they do destroy them, it's not like the end of the level, it's not like you have to start over, but you will have to rely on finishing the level by eating soldiers and just soldiers, which takes a very long time. So if you want to do this level quickly, you need to make sure all the ballistas are protected. And for some reason, for the longest time, I could never do it. Because they'll walk over to a ballista, and they'll make the ballista fucking explode. And then they'll walk over to the next one right after that, and they can just make all 5 of them explode. like one right after the other until they're just all gone within 10 seconds. And it's funny, it's not even really that hard to protect the ballista. Can I eat them yet? No, I can't. But yeah, it took me a while before I was ever actually able to complete this level well, and I thought that I would never be able to do it. Which is funny, because like I said, it's not even that hard. I just realized, I guess I could try to speedrun SpongeBob SquarePants Krabby Quest, because it's like Wonderland Secret Worlds, but it's shorter and relatively easy compared to Wonderland Secret Worlds, so... Okay, so we're finally almost done with Rome here.
Yummy. Yummy.
That is some big bread. I think it's funny is that pizza existed before the Italian language even existed. I was curious because I wanted to figure out when... I wanted to find out when pizza became, like, a fast food item in the US. Like, when did people start going, oh, I'll order a pizza? Like, when did that start happening? Because I have no idea, because I can't picture people in the 50s doing that. Though I know pizza existed in the US by the 50s, so I wanted to know. So what I did is I looked up, I was like, yeah, I'll just look up the Wikipedia page. It'll probably be easiest if I just read through that. And I found out pizza was, the word pizza was first, like, coined in, like, 990 or something like that. Okay, so now we're in ancient Japan. I cannot believe the record of the game is seriously 2 hours and 50 minutes. Like, at first I thought that would be reasonable, but then I started kind of sitting through and trying to get through the game in one sitting, and I was like, 3 hours seems a little slow. I also think that's the only time on the leaderboard for the whole, any percent. Otherwise, I think most of the leaderboards, or most of the, places on speedrun.com for these games are, ILs. You know, strangely enough, in ancient Japan, apparently women didn't exist. I don't know, I called it ancient on the split, but I'm not really sure that I would say this is ancient per se, because since Japan was isolated for a long, a huge part of its history, it was a while before Japan kind of got past this sort of style of life. I don't know what I would really call this. Before a whole lot changed very quickly, I guess. Until they kind of started making regular contact with the outside world. Did I lose? I fucking lost. Okay, there we go. This level's weird. You have all these, black ninja guys just kind of appearing out of this cherry blossom tree. But yeah, women, you never see Japanese women in this world. You see women in the other ones that have people, but not this one. Though, I find it strange, though, that you jump from ancient Japan to the future. Because I feel like if they had a present level or world, they could have a level for each world that was in the first game. That would be kind of cool. Maybe except for the outer space world, because that would be a little weird. So this one, I think samurai come after you. They're they're not too hard to avoid. You just have to constantly be moving. I think that there are. I don't know, maybe that's a different level. Okay, no, yeah, that is this level. Huh. Normally they spawn a lot earlier. I like it, they're just samurais, so they're just katanas and shit, just on the ground. Like, did they really just leave fish and katanas all over the ground in ancient Japan? Because I feel like they probably didn't. Then again, in, like, ancient Rome, they didn't have a bunch of, like, food all over the ground, except, like, when there were lions eating the fish and stuff, but that had, like, a reason. This is just like they just had some huge party and just kind of didn't clean it up. So yeah, this is the second shortest world in the game. Also, why are there just these little statues all over the ground? Just kind of laying down. Am I really gonna get the record on this after a really shitty run? Well, okay, after like the beginning, I kind of started doing a little bit better, but I did die on some levels, or I had to restart a couple that I shouldn't have had to restart because I was being stupid. Okay, this level is, like, stupidly simple, but it's extremely satisfying at the same time. Like, the whole level, you're just eating cherry blossoms, and then you eat the cherry blossom tree. Like, you literally just go around, and it's a super short level. Like, it literally takes, like, barely over 30 seconds to do it. Okay, barely over 30 seconds might have been a little bit of an exaggeration, but A Link to the Repast. think this is the last level of this world. Yeah, I don't think the next world is going to take an hour and a half. So I think I'm probably going to break the record.
Yummy. Yum, yum. Yummy.
I wonder if they're just mad because I'm eating all their fish and their statues and their sword. Well, I'm gonna tell you what my parents always told me anytime my dog would chew up any of my toys when I was little. You didn't want them to chew it up, you should have put it up where they couldn't get to it. But that wasn't what happened, was it? See, that's not how you take care of your stuff. Again, like I was saying before, I don't think people in ancient Japan left everything on the ground like this, so I find it strange that they do here. I also find it really weird that the only, like, people in ancient Japan in this game are samurai and ninjas. Historically inaccurate ninjas at that.
Yummy.
Oh yeah, I forgot this world had fucking dinosaurs.
Yummy.
And you don't even get to eat them. I don't think you do anyway. Okay, even though it might be slower to try to eat him, I'm gonna see if I actually can eat him before I end up completing the level.
Yum, yum.
Oh, I can. Monsterzilla. What? A snack to the future. So now you're eating these weird bacteria. And then these fucking pickle bacteria. Like, I don't think there are any bacteria that look like that. That fucking microscopic pickle. I just realized, did they call that thing Monsterzilla because Godzilla is copyright? Is under copyright? Oh, and something funny about the final world of the game is you don't have any actual humans. You have these weird people that are like, literally, like every color of the rainbow. They're like these weird future humans. So it kind of makes me wonder how far in the future this game is supposed to take place. Oh, my back. Sitting in a horrible position for my back. I was like hunched over for that whole time and I just now started sitting up straight. Man, the best thing about back pain is that no matter what position you set your fucking back in, once your back pain starts, it just stays there. There's like no way you could possibly position yourself so that it stops hurting. And I don't understand that. Man, I remember when I was... Okay, I'm gonna turn my light on. It's getting really dark. Okay, that's a lot better. I turned my lamp on and now I can see. Man, I remember being way younger and thinking, man, I wonder what I'm gonna be doing on YouTube when I'm like 20 years old. Is YouTube even going to still be around? Am I even going to still be on YouTube when I'm 20? Man. Is my channel going to actually be of higher quality than it is now? No. Okay, now I can get behind this guy eating all the pollen because I hate pollen.
Yummy.
Okay, I shouldn't hate pollen because then we would all die. But I do hate my pollen allergy.
Yummy.
I love the sound the water makes when you eat it. Yeah.
Yum, yum.
Has the dinosaur world really been the world that took me the longest to complete? Doesn't feel like it. It always feels like Egypt is the longest one. At least so far, because I don't remember if I've actually ever sat and played the entire world all the way through in one sitting before. Oh yeah, and every animal in the future has fucking lasers on their backs for some reason. Like, there are levels where they're literally cats and mice fighting with lasers on their backs. I like how these are called laser ants, as if somehow this is like some weird evolution thing that they evolved to have lasers on their backs. It's not like they were artificially put there or anything. And here are the laser mice.
Yummy.
Then we have a Roomba. And those are the scientists' brains in jars, because I think in the last panel, they're like, we gotta go to the future, but we gotta put our brains in the jars so we can live or something. It's been a long time since I've actually read the comic panels. I was gonna say, am I gonna, like, grow? Yeah, so we have a blue guy here. There's a gray guy, there's an orange guy, there's a purple guy, there's a green guy, there's another green guy. Also, I don't think there's a difference between their genders in the future. I think they're almost just kind of the same gender. If I recall correctly, I don't think that there are any difference. Hoverboarder. Whoa, 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 you're a little ahead in time. You're about 5 years too far in the future. Wait, so hoverboards, is this supposed to be 2015? Because this game came out in 2010. What the hell did they think that would happen to the human race? I like how when it became 2015, they're all like, oh shit, we gotta come up with hoverboards because of that movie that came out fucking 30 years ago. And then it's just like, yeah, let's just make these things that are like fucking segways, but without the bars that you hold on to. Yeah, that ain't good enough. Let's invent this shitty thing just because it's 2015 and no reason beyond that. I don't think I'm gonna get a good time on this level. Because I keep trying to eat stuff that I'm either too small to eat or I can't get to because there's stuff that's too big in the way. Man, it feels so weird to think that 2015 was 3 years ago, because I remember, like, in the months leading up to 2015, everyone was like, oh yeah, Back to the Future year, whoa! And that did not feel like it was that long ago. I feel old. But not because I feel like culturally I've lived through a bunch of stuff. Mostly because my back is killing me and I'm only 19. Because, you know, Young people can't be in pain, they're young. How the fuck do young people get hurt? Young people's lives are the easiest ever. Not me with my pension that you can't get anywhere anymore. That's not exactly accurate, but not a whole lot of places that offer an actual pension for retirement anymore.
Yummy.
So yeah, we're gonna take a look at these cats' names once I meet them. Maybe if the rats would stop destroying them. Miss Hugs. What a creative name. Miss Boots. Kisses. Where are the cats? Miss Spots. Mrs. Simon. Captain Spots. Patches. Chubs. Oh, what a nice name for a cat. Just name my cat Chubs. Miss Meowkers. What? I'm just gonna name my dog Fuckface. I wouldn't do that. Okay, so this is probably my least favorite level in the game. Because I can't figure out how to do well on it. It's like this tank moves slow as ass, but it seems like no matter what I do, I can never even place on this level. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Yummy.
Manschleiser? Is that what that's? Oh my god. I remember this level. Well, I should if I'm trying to speedrun this game. It's just, I forgot, like, I remember playing the laser cat stage and thinking, man, I thought they shot way more lasers in this one. Yeah, I guess I was thinking about this level. Captain Muffin's Captain Chubs. Spots, paws, kisses again. Mr. Spots. Miss Pookie. What a name. Tasty tanks, huh? Not sure I'd really want to eat metal, but I mean, sure, okay. Whatever your prerogative is. I was gonna say, can I really not eat these guys yet? I just look way bigger than them. Am I going to? No. Yeah, there's still quite a bit of this game left. And then, not to mention the last level being nearly a half an hour on its own. I was gonna say, am I really gonna come nearly an hour under time? No. I'm not. Though, I'm pretty sure that the last level is the only level left that is anywhere near as long as it is. Pretty sure the other levels are within 5 minutes. I know this one should take about 4 minutes. So yeah, waiting for asteroids to spawn in this game is not really a huge problem. Oh, this is another part of the game where, for some reason, they just make you super small. Luckily, it doesn't take too long to kind of get to a more manageable size-to-speed ratio, but it starts off pretty annoying. Why are there asteroids as big as the fucking moon? Wait a minute. No, never mind. No, wait, yeah. I was gonna say, if asteroids were that big, shouldn't they be spherical? I was about to say, nah, because, you know, it's hard. Things made of rock have to be a bit bigger than things made out of ice for them to be spherical, because rock is harder than ice. It's tougher than ice. But that rock had to have been way bigger than Ceres. Because Ceres is only 500 kilometers across. It's like really small. And it's fucking spherical. That thing had to have been way more than 5,000. Because it was almost as big as the moon! Oh no, Jupiter's gone. For some reason, I can never complete this level in under 4 minutes. And I'm not really sure which part of the level it is that I need to be, like, doing better on. That was really bad for that level, actually. Ah. Man, that is a tight-ass turn radius for something like this. I don't think I'm gonna do well on this one. I think I'm doing pretty poorly, I think, because I'm getting hit a lot. Ah! And I don't have a yardstick for how well I'm doing, because I haven't... Like, on the first game, I generally have a pretty good yardstick on how well I'm doing on any particular level, even, like, without looking at the time. Just looking at, like, the objects I'm able to eat after a certain amount of time. But I have not put nearly as much time into this game. Can I eat them yet? Yeah, I can. These guys are only, like, 16 meters. That's really small. How many people fit in this? Final Frontier. I'm gonna end up being like a half an hour below time, below the estimate. I actually thought I was gonna have trouble getting the time. Can there really be blue stars that small, looking at how big some of the yellow stars are? Because, I mean, the color of a star is very closely tied to its size. I mean... Because, in terms of mass, a certain, like, size of a certain type of star versus its mass is relatively constant. Like, a star of a certain mass in a certain stage of its life is pretty much going to be the same size as a star of the same mass in the same stage of its life. I mean, that's just how stars work. So I don't know why there would be blue stars smaller than yellow stars. Okay, so now we have a black hole level here, but it's not infuriating. The movement is a lot easier. And also, once you actually physically become bigger than the black hole, you can then eat it. Granted, not sure that would work, but at least it makes sense. And also, you don't die touching anything bigger than you, which is one thing I don't like about the final world of the first game is like, it doesn't matter what the hell it is, if it's bigger than you, you're gonna die from touching it. Which, when it comes to things like stars, I could understand, but like, for Nebula, come on. It's a fucking nebula. Like, the density of the gas in a nebula is actually less dense than the best vacuums that we've created in a lab. Like, that's how thin, like, thinly spread out the gas in large nebulas are. Or is it nebulas, or is it just interstellar dust? I think it's nebulas. Because at least when, you know, after they've spread out and become much bigger than the star that it once was. Because eventually nebula and supernova remnants basically eventually will spread out so thinly that they basically aren't anything anymore. Because, like, once a supernova remnant, like, once a supernova first goes off, the remnant is very bright, but then it fades pretty, relatively rapidly. Because the gas is being spread out so much, like, over such a huge volume. I will say one thing I don't like about this part of the game is, like, there aren't as many different types of galaxies and, like, nebula and stuff. It just doesn't look as good. There aren't as many different ones. It's just like, you have two different types of nebula. You have the green ones and the purple ones. And then you have two different types of galaxies, the spiral ones and the elliptical ones, which I guess in the first game you only had spiral galaxies and elliptical galaxies, but at least they're like different kinds. It's just weird because the graphics of this game go above and beyond to the first one for the most part. But here they don't. Okay, final level.
Yummy.
So get ready for the powers of 10, but instead of being like 5 minutes long or whatever, however long the original little movie was, it's now going to be 22 minutes long. One thing I find strange is using the updated graphics for the first game. None of the bacteria have eyes, but they do when you use the normal graphics, but here the bacteria all have eyes for some reason. One reason I like to have the classic graphics for the first game is, like, some of the bacteria, I like the way their eyes are, like the green spiky ones, and the fucking, the white blood cells just look creepy because they have these, like, red eyes and they're angry. What is the purpose of these nanobots? Like, what do they exist for? Because right now, we're just inside of a water droplet. And they're just kind of moving around, waving their stupid arms all over the place and chasing after me, but I don't really understand why they're chasing after me. What did I do? One thing I've already noticed about this game is, in terms of how intense it gets, there have not been periods of time where I've just sat there for long stretches of the run and not said anything, because that definitely happens near the end of the first game. So considering I'm probably only going to be like 10 minutes above the record for the first game, that leads me to believe that, because casually the game certainly... Is the background moving? I can't tell if that's just an illusion or if it's actually moving. Well, either way, casually the first game is much more than 10 minutes shorter than the second game, so that leads me to think that there's something that needs to be done in terms of optimization of the first game. I just don't know what do to get better and or more consistent times. No, get out of the way, stupid ants. Go eat a candy bar that someone dropped. Swarm around that, or go in someone's house for no reason. Leave me alone. Am I gonna get bigger? Is the screen gonna zoom out? I was gonna say, I feel like it should be pretty close to zooming out here. Oh, a pad computer. Okay, now, iPads existed when this game came out. So I don't know why these pad computers look like Nooks. Really, I can't get through there? Just atmosphere. I can't get these stupid asteroids. No, the stupid moon destroyed my asteroids. Oh, I hate the sun. That, for some reason, is being shown to me in UV light, while all the other stars are in visible light. I mean, obviously it's so that you can tell it's the sun and not just a random star, but the sun doesn't really look like that in visible light anyway. What the fuck? Did the black hole just go from being really small to really big? I don't think I've seen that before. Yeah, luckily you don't die from touching the black hole in this game. I mean, you might on the hard version of this level, but that's a bonus level, and this is any percent. Wait, did the bonus levels count as 100%? And if so, do you have to unlock them, or do you just have to beat them? Because you have to unlock them. God damn, 100% in this game must be brutal. Because to unlock bonus levels, you have to get a certain number of, like, gold medals. And the, like, later bonus levels require so many. Actually, probably about halfway through the bonus levels, you require so many that you can't get, like, you have to get golds on bonus levels to unlock them, because there aren't enough levels in the actual game, because I've gotten a gold on almost every level except maybe 2 or 3 in the main game, and that's not even close to how many you need to unlock, like, the last bonus level. Oh, I also appreciate that the galaxy isn't stupid in this game like it is in the first one, where it's like, oh, just go and collect these stupid nebula, and if you touch ones that are too big, you'll die, and also if you touch or even get close to the galactic center, you'll die unless you're big enough to eat it. But let's give you like 2 seconds, and then let's give you like 2 seconds to do it. I wonder what all those dots in the background are, because those can't just be stars, because I'm so big you can't even see stars. Like, I don't think any single star would be big enough or bright enough for me to see it on its own. So all those super dim dots in the background have to be like galaxy clusters or something. Oh no. Are there even dots in the background anymore? I remember on my other laptop, this part would slow down so bad. Ooh, I might get the fastest time that I've ever gotten on this level. There we go. Okay, so I super beat the record on this one. Oh man, okay, well, that was a fun speed run. So yeah, there's another record. I'd like to see more people getting in on this game. That'd be cool. I like how there are 2-player categories. That'd be kind of cool to get into, if I could find anyone that would actually want to try to speed run this game with me. But yeah. So, bonus levels. I only have a couple unlocked. Earn 49 more gold. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna... So, 1, 2. Only 2 levels have I not gotten a gold on, and I still need 25 more. I mean, luckily it doesn't require you to get every gold medal possible, but still. So yeah, I think I'm gonna stop it there. I did not think I was gonna be getting the record for this game. So that's cool. So yeah, see you guys later.